dedicated to each and every one of you who appreciate a great glass of wine. You know what I mean?
It's Monday. Let's raise a glass to the beginning of another week. It's time to unscrew, uncork, or saber a bottle. And let's begin exploring the wine glass. Do you believe it is November already? 2023 sure has flown by. We just left Merlot Month, and tomorrow we wrap up the celebrations with International Merlot Day. Join me in this lighthearted episode with my buddy Nick Berube as we go through the wine dating game. I scoured the internet looking for Merlot wine reviews. I will read the reviews to Nick, and he has to pick which one he's taking home. Will he choose wisely? Please note that although we are poking fun at some wines, we will never wine guilt. Remember to drink what you like and don't let anyone tell you a wine isn't good. I'll never tell you what to drink, but I'll always share what's in my glass. So if you listen to a lot of podcasts, you know that many ask for Patreon. We do not plan on doing this, but we do ask you to support the podcast by leaving a review. It takes only a few seconds of your time, but means so much to the show. The next best way you can support Exploring the Wine Glass is to tell your friends, because if you enjoy the podcast, your wine-loving friends will too. Finally, don't forget to head over to the website, exploringthewineglass.com, to read the blog, sign up for the newsletter, and keep up with all things happening. Sláinte!
Give me the red wine. Give me the blush wine. Give me the white wine. Oh yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Lori Budd, a UC Davis winemaking program, Spanish wine scholar, sommelier service, champagne and Côte d'Aron specialist, and a WSET Level 2 graduate. You can find Exploring the Wine Glass on all the socials, as well as your favorite podcast catchers. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to swipe, subscribe, rate, and review. Stay in the know about all things wine by visiting my website, exploringthewineglass.com. I promise I'll never tell you what to drink, but I'll always share what's in my glass.
Sweet Merlot, give me the Nebbiolo. Tempranillo, all the lovely Barolo. You are special.
Hey everybody, welcome. I am so happy today because I'm with Nick.
Yeah. So happy to be here. I love our time together.
Me too. And it's been way too long.
It's been way too long.
Because neither of us get back to Fresno too often anymore.
Exactly. Our paths are constantly just crossing.
Yes. But it
You're
is so
you're
awesome.
always busy in your tasting room.
I know. And you're just always busy.
I know. It's
You're a
hard
busy
being
bee.
popular.
Yes, you are. I see
And
you.
in
I see
demand.
your Instagram. I see you clinking. I see you clinking all over the place. You're having
Right?
a pretty good nightlife there.
I try.
But I am always so happy. I can never be in a bad mood when I am with you. So
We always had the best time.
you do. And for this episode, we are returning to the wine dating game.
My favorite game of all time.
So, since October is Merlot month, we thought that we would do dating game for Merlot. So,
I love it.
Right, it can't go bad.
Merlot month is one of my favorite months. I mean, people say F Merlot. I'm trying to keep it clean, but people should start saying, wow, that effing Merlot is amazing.
Yes. So I interviewed Nick Goldschmidt the other day,
Right?
and he said, and I named it the title of his podcast. We named it, or he said, yeah, Merlot, give it a go.
I love that.
That's a great slogan.
You know, I think when more people try Merlot, they fall in love. Immediately, there's something about the word that just kind of makes people recoil, and it's a shame.
It is.
But I think we're seeing in the market, it's kind of coming back, especially like high-end Merlots.
Yes, I agree. We are getting some people coming in and saying, do you have a Merlot? Or we have a wine that has Merlot in it. And when I tell them when I tell them what's in it, they're like, "Ooh, Merlot," So
Right.
I think it's starting to make a turn. And it's kind of sad, that there were so many Merlot vines that were ripped up for something
I
else.
know.
But on the other side of it, I think a lot of Merlot vines were planted in areas that Merlot should not have been planted in.
Of course. And there
And
was a lot of bad Merlot being produced back in the
right,
90s.
yes. And it really wasn't just bad Merlot. There's areas that make bad Chardonnay. There's areas that try to
Sure.
make everything that they shouldn't be making, right? So it
100%.
it kind of all goes down to the science,
Know
understanding
your
what the
terroir,
soil is, and know the terroir. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for
which is
those
one reason
people,
I love.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
you
I was
go
going to say
ahead.
this is one reason why I love your educational series, because it really brings people into, you know, things that they might not know about wine, especially about terroir and what makes certain areas special, and ABAs, and yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're not listening to her podcast or watching her videos, I suggest you do.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. I love you right back. Okay. So if somebody did not, I don't even know the last time we did the wine dating game. It's over a year ago at least.
It's been going on. I was living in another apartment, so it's been at least a year, if not it's a little over a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Too long, too long.
One of my,
But
like I said, favorite game.
it is a blast. So for those of you who might have missed the last wine dating game, uh, go back and find it. I don't know what the number is. I don't know. These podcasters who I guess come a lot more prepared than I do, and they're always like, "Oh, well, go back to episode blah blah blah, and you'll hear blah."
Um,
I'm like, I don't know. Go to my podcast, search
right.
wine dating game, and it'll pop up. I don't know what episode it was.
Or just listen to all the podcasts.
There you go.
Start from
Start
the
from the
beginning.
beginning, put it on 1.5, and there you go.
Exactly. Don't sell yourself short.
Right. All right. So for those who did not listen or watch the first wine dating game, the way this works is I go to pretty much wine enthusiast or wine spectator, and I pull out wine descriptions. So we know what the score. Well, I know what the score is. I know what the wine is. However, Nick has no idea. And he is just going to have to pick the wine he wants to spend the night with off of the descriptions. And we're going to
Also
see.
known as smash or pass.
Yeah. And we're going to see how he does. Okay. So
We had some shockers last time.
we did. We did. Oh, you went home. You did go home with a clunker or two last.
I know. I was like, ooh,
Oh,
nope.
no. See, it goes to show what writing can do, right?
Exactly.
So, do you have wine in a glass?
I do. But first I have it in my Kansas City
Kansas City.
tumbler.
Mahone.
But I am drinking the Stephanie 2016 Merlot.
Oh.
So it's from Heston Vineyards. It's owned by the Chain family who started Heston Cookware.
Oh, okay.
So they have a 70-acre vineyard here in Napa Valley. They have a tasting room in Yountville. And, I saw this at a wine shop by my house, and 2016 was an amazing vintage here in Napa Valley. So that's what first caught my eye. And then it's 13.8, at least on the label. And
wow.
It's really, really hard to find a Merlot in Napa Valley or any wine in Napa Valley below 14. So, I mean, it's really lovely, bright red fruit, touch of plum in there, touch of chocolate. It's a beautiful wine. It's very elegant, very silky, nice. Perfect amount of age.
And what was the price point of that? Around?
What is it, 40?
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
I can't, I mean, I tried to buy the Petrus, but it was a little out of my price
Little
range.
out of the price range. Well,
Right.
next time you let me know and I'll go 50-50 with you. And
I was
then
gonna say if I start getting paid for my appearances, maybe I can afford it.
All right, we'll put that in a contract for the next time.
Right? My rider.
Yes. Yes. Well, as I said, I do not have a Merlot in my glass, not because I did not want a Merlot in my glass, but
Right.
more because I had one glass left of our 2021 Plummer Vineyard Reserve Cabernet Franc, our single clone 100% Cabernet Franc, and it literally was one glass left, and
You need to drink it.
I needed to drink it. I couldn't like leave it there, so it was calling.
And if you're listening or watching and you have not had Dracaena wine, especially the Reserve Cabernet Franc, you are missing out. You are missing out. Go visit the tasting room in Paso Robles. I'm giving you all the plugs.
You are.
Right? That's what I do. I'm in marketing.
And I'm not even paying you.
I know. That's why I'm not drinking Petrus. But
okay, are we ready for round one?
We are. Yes, bring on the wine.
All right. So round one is from Bordeaux.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. This wine is dense and structured. Against this, the black fruits and perfumed acidity give the wine plenty of promise.
Okay. Sounds young. Obviously nice chewy tannins, dense, black fruit. Sounds like a typical, maybe right bank Bordeaux, but young.
Yes, because I will even tell you the next thing. It says drink from 2026. Actually, all three of these say drink from 2026.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, needed a drink. Okay.
Right. You were parched.
Wine number two. The magnificent Merlot in the blend has pushed up the alcohol while also giving a velvet touch and power to the wine. It is in top form, producing this generously ripe black plum flavored wine, lifted by acidity while powering the wine's intensity. That's a lot of words.
It is a lot of words, and not all of it. So I love sometimes ripe fruit, but it sounds almost like basic Bordeaux is kind of what I was getting from that description. All right. I'm probably wrong. It's probably something amazing. Go ahead.
And wine number three. The wine is rich, complete. Its impressive structure is cushioned by the velvet black fruits and acidity. The wine's construction is powerful, but never overpowering. Will age well. Yeah, so that sounds very intriguing. It sounds like my style of wine, something that has enough fruit, enough tannin, enough acidity that it's going to age. So powerful, but not too powerful. And who doesn't want to age gracefully? So I would have to choose 3 and then 1 and then 2. But we'll go with date 3. Date number 3. All right. So do you want to have this round? Do you want to have your date revealed last? Yes, we'll go with my date last. So you said 3 first and then 1 and then 2? 1. Okay. So number 2, the loser of the round, right? The magnificent Merlot is a blend, has pushed up the alcohol while also giving a velvet touch and power to the wine. This estate is now on top form, producing generously ripe plum flavored wine, lifted acidity while powering the wine's intensity. Chateau Troplong Mondor from Saint-Emilion. Oh, okay. Price point? You want to know what the score was? Yeah. 100. No way. Well, there you go. For $99. No way. 100-point wine for $99. Yeah. I'm thinking we need to check this baby out. Yeah, I think we might just have to. I mean, again, based on the writer, and maybe that day they just were shitty with their words. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I have not heard of them. Do you know this chateau? Yeah. Nope. I don't know, but it is from my beloved Saint Emilion, and that is my happy place in Bordeaux. So
There you go. We should definitely check it out.
yes. All right. Date number that didn't win. So number one, this wine is dense and structured. Against this, the black fruits and perfumed acidity give the wine plenty of promise. Chateau Tour de Pez. Cru Bou. And I'm going to say it wrong. Bourget?
Okay.
Bourget? Bougier?
Sure.
Bouget. in Saint Estèphe. 93 points.
Okay.
$34. So might be
that's extremely affordable for 93-point wine.
Yeah.
And
right?
It sounded delicious. I mean, it was my second pick, although we saw what happened with my first one. So I'm sure I'm edging towards the 87 or 88. Go ahead.
So I will say that there were not a lot of selections in that category. So you, Nick, are going home tonight with Chateau Léoville Barton, Saint Julien. Ding, ding,
One of my
ding,
favorite
ding,
wines.
ding, ding, ding.
One of my favorite wines is all the world.
96 points.
Second gross Bordeaux. Yep.
Yeah. At $289.
I'd still spend it. I'd love that wine.
That is a solid choice.
I think last year I had a 2001 and it was just incredible.
Mm-hmm. So these were actually, I don't know if I said the vintage, these were all 2019. And I'm actually surprised that your date says drink from 2026. I would think that one would have been a little bit longer, that you wanted to sleep a bit.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that wine just gets better with age.
Yeah. But I am blown away by a 100-point wine for $99.
Yeah. No, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I know. I'm going to go and check out how to buy that.
I mean, can never have enough Merlot, so maybe I can swing all three. Who knows?
Well,
like
after
the game, maybe I could hook up with number 2 and then number 1.
Yeah.
Find them outside the studio, in the alley.
Just, hey, baby.
Come on home.
I got a glass.
Show me your legs.
I have a glass just waiting to be filled.
Right. I'm gonna pop that cork, baby. Can't with you.
This is why we need to get together. I don't know if anybody else is being as entertained as we are, but
I mean,
we're entertaining ourselves.
Hilarious.
And now, a word from our sponsor. Dracaena Wines loves to give back. There are so many fur babies that deserve to find their forever home. We would love to be able to help as many as possible. If you are part of a nonprofit organization or know of a nonprofit organization that would like to hold a fundraiser, please contact us at contact@dracaenawines.com or visit our website, dracaenawines.com, to fill out the form. How does the fundraiser work? It is super simple and costs your group absolutely nothing. Together, we will choose a month that your group will be sponsored. During the month, you promote the fundraiser just like any other event you'd hold. At the end of the month, we will donate 20% of the sales to your organization. The donations will be made in the name of each individual who purchased the wine so that you know exactly who helped the animals. Our goal is to raise as much funds as we possibly can and to help as many animals as possible. So please help us help as many fur babies as we possibly can. All right. So we are going to move to the United States, and we're going to go to Washington.
Love Washington.
Okay.
Used to work up there.
Yes. All right. So Oh, see, I confused myself. In that first round of Bordeaux, I had the chateaus last, and now they went first. So I confused myself. Okay, here we go. Washington State,
Mm-hmm.
potential date number 1. The coffee, dark chocolate, cherry, and herb aromas bring appeal. Plump, rounded fruit and barrel flavors follow. Lightly grainy tannins provide support.
Sounds cheap. It reminds. Sorry, Saint Michelle, but it reminds me of a Saint Michelle wine. We'll move on.
They just like sidebar. They just like screwed half of Washington State, didn't they? Right.
Yeah. I don't
Like
think I'll ever
you
be.
just
I won't be applying there because I'm sure somebody's going to say all the shit that I'm about to,
that's just bad business. And
It is.
you
It
know,
is. We're a small industry.
yeah. And
I mean, they're big and they can do it, but we
well,
shouldn't.
just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should. 100%.
I mean, to pull all of those
It's like drinking
contracts,
white Zinfandel.
Yeah.
Just because you doesn't mean you
just
should.
because it's there, you shouldn't. But just to pull all of those contracts and all of those
I know.
individual farmers that, it reminded me, really sarcastically, but reminded me of like Christmas Vacation. I counted on that bonus. I bought a pool with that bonus, right?
Exactly.
Then they all got the Fruit of the Month Club.
Actually, somebody needs to Dracaena in his jammies and
wrap them with a bow and
wrap him with a bow and bring him to talk.
Right. That was just sad. So sad.
I agree.
Okay. Date option number 2.
Ooh, okay.
The aromas pop with notes of dark raspberry, chocolate, and cherry, showing a bright sense of varietal purity. Ripe, full-bodied, layered fruit flavors follow, with the acidity bringing a lot of freshness and exquisite balance. It lingers on the finish, delicious and fruit-filled with plenty of structure. It's hedonism at its best, a surefire crowd pleaser. Give a short decant if drinking in the near term.
That sounds incredible. I mean, it really sounds like the wine that I'm drinking now if it was younger. So yeah, that sounds really nice. Can you read like the middle part again?
Ripe, full-bodied, layered fruit flavors follow, with the acidity bringing a lot of freshness and exquisite balance.
Yeah.
Lingers on the finish.
Sounds like it could age a bit. So that sounds.
I have had this wine.
It sounds tempting. It's right now in first place.
All right. I have had that wine, just say.
Okay.
All right.
But you've had a lot of wine, so.
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down very
Right, exactly.
It'd be more narrowed down if, I had that wine yesterday, along with the 6 other, I know.
Right, exactly. Is that it? Can you give me a hint? Is it from Red Mountain?
I'm pretty confident you've had this wine.
Okay.
I think we've talked about this wine, just like you and me talking about wine.
Got it. All right, number 3.
Number 3, generous aromas of plum, raspberry, mocha, spice, and flecks of herbs are followed by layered, outrageously delicious fruit flavors. There's plenty of mid-palate richness and depth, but also freshness. It hangs on for a long time on the finish. Give it time in the cellar to see it at its best. Drink after 2024. That's really not that long in the cellar.
No.
Oh, well, never mind.
Based on the vintage.
These are older vintages. Yeah.
Okay. So that one sounded really good as well. One of the things I want to say is I hate when people use the word linger, because to me, if you linger, that's not a good.
You're stalking.
It's not good. It's not good.
Remember our conversation before coming on air? The stalking and lingering right behind me?
Exactly. We don't like that. But I know what they were trying to say. So I'm going to go with number 2 as my date. If that didn't work out, I would do number 3. And I'm going to be sending one home in a brown paper bag.
And I'm going to say Sending number, and I don't know these people. I don't know them, so I shouldn't really talk that way. But so number one, it did receive 90 points,
Okay.
$23.
I was going to say it's sub $25 wine in Washington received 90 points.
Right. It is from the Columbia Valley, and it is Novelty Hill 2017 Merlot.
I actually don't know them.
I do not know them, so I will not speak badly about them.
No, I'm sure they're lovely people.
Yes. And you chose number two was what you chose, right?
Yeah.
So I think you chose wisely.
Okay.
If you go QPR, okay?
Got it.
So your alternative date, if number two does not work out,
Yes.
is Mark Ryan 2018 Little Sister Merlot, and that is from Red Mountain.
Yeah, great fruit. Red Mountain is one of my favorite areas of Washington.
So can you tell me a little bit about Red Mountain? Because I did a class a long time ago, so I don't remember.
Yeah, so obviously it's Eastern. It's part of the greater Yakima area, but it just produces stunning fruit. I don't know what it is. It's Frechette Winery is there. Love them. Colsolari, which is the Antinori St. Michelle project, is there. And these are powerhouse wines that are still elegant and just built to age.
Okay.
They maintain really nice acidity. So it's just east of Prosser, which doesn't tell you much, but it's just east of Benson City before the Tri-Cities.
Okay. Do you know, are they what's the soil? Is it mineral driven? Are the
I would have
wines
to look
typically?
that up. I'm blank on what their soil.
But are the wines themselves mineral driven?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say that they have some of that.
Okay.
I just think I like Horse Heaven Hills.
Okay.
But Red Mountain, I think, just produces the most elegant fruit. I don't know why. It does.
So that wine would set you back for 94 points, would set you back $75.
Okay.
Fair. Now, the wine you are taking home tonight is from Wahluke Slope.
The Wahluke Slope? Yep.
$25.
Oh, God.
92 points.
It's a Desert Wind Winery?
No.
Okay.
But I know we've talked about this wine before. It's Luke 2018 Merlot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have had that.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought we've talked about it.
Yeah, the Wahluke Slope is a really nice place too. That's where the fruit came from for the winery that I worked for, which was Desert Wind. So yeah, quality to price sounds amazing.
All right, I think you're 2 for 2 so far. You've got some.
I think so. I'm happy with my choices.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a hell of a week with dates.
At least on a podcast.
Yeah. Okay. We are now going to your neck of the woods.
Napa Sonoma.
All right.
So it could be either side of the mountains.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. See, this is so bad because I get confused with where that Sonoma line is. But I think actually all three of these are actually Napa.
One of them Pride, because that would be right on the border, but
what?
I said is one of them Pride because number one, absolutely love their Merlot, but it sits right on the border of Sonoma and Napa.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go. This is a deliciously memorable Merlot, youthful in tannin and oak, with an herbal, earthy elegance that remains lengthy on the palate, dark chocolate, crushed rock, and beautiful black fruit balance against each other and provide substance and great style.
Okay, so the only thing that I don't like about that description is that you don't put the fruit first. I mean, you're putting all these kind of secondary, and other notes ahead of where the fruit is.
I
Is
agree.
there age on this Merlot?
This is an 18.
So no. It's a baby still. Okay, go ahead. Well, let me think on that one.
Okay. This one is a 17.
Okay.
Robust in chalky tannin and a broad swath of red currant, plum, and cherry. This wine is powerfully structured and ripe with fistfuls of clove, mocha, and black pepper. From a warm vintage and a mountain appellation, it will do well in the cellar.
I was gonna say it sounds like rocky, and I like the fact that it has that you said that the minerality, the tannin,
Right.
that chalky tannin.
Chalky tannin.
Yep.
See, so
okay.
my brain, and I do not claim to be Napa know-how. But I think that chalky tannin is kind of this region. I think that's what the AVA.
Is it Atlas?
No, it's Howell,
How?
right?
Yeah.
Don't they have chalky? Right.
They do. Okay. I like how mountain fruit.
Okay. Well, to be fair, so option number one was Napa Valley.
Napa Valley. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Option two, Howell Mountain. And then the date option number three is Russian River.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So this actually is blended with 16% Malbec.
Okay.
This red. Really? It's red?
Yeah, I'm so intrigued.
This red is hearty and high toned, expressing tense, focused layers of red currant, cranberry, and plum. It maintains an energy across the palate, finishing in a hit, not a hint, a hit of dark chocolate.
Mm. So I like the fruit note on that more than I like number one. One sounds fine. Can you read one more time? Just I want to see whether it's going to be second or third place.
This is a deliciously memorable Merlot, youthful in tannin and oak, with an herbal, earthy elegance that remains lengthy on the palate. Dark chocolate, crushed rock, and beautiful black fruit balance against each other and provide substance and great style.
Okay, I wish there was still more fruit on that, but I'm going to go 2, 1, 3.
Okay. So yeah, I noticed that too. Like there's all of these secondary or tertiary characteristics.
Right.
And dark fruit.
And dark fruit. I was like, oh, okay. But it still sounded kind of intriguing to me. So I'm going to put it as second.
Okay. So you said which was?
2.
2? Okay. So 3 is
1 and then 3.
Okay. So 3 is going home the loser.
I want to say loser.
Of your dating nights.
Sure. I mean, they still got to meet me. Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner when you meet Nick. You are.
Exactly.
So number 3 received 90 points.
Okay.
$36. As I said, it's from the Russian River.
Okay.
And it is Longboard 2017 Dracaena Vineyard Merlot. No clue.
I actually don't know that.
Yeah, I do not know that at all. All right. And then 1, right? 2 is your
1.
date, right? 2 is your date?
Yeah, 2's my date.
Okay. I don't know if you chose wisely.
Okay, fair.
So, your runner-up is from Napa Valley.
Okay.
$75.
Okay.
For 95 points.
Nice.
Arietta 2018 Hudson Vineyards Merlot.
Nice.
Are you familiar with them?
I am. Yeah. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Is this
So I don't feel like the description was, yeah.
was apropos?
Yeah, could have been better.
Okay. I agree. It's a weird description because it's all about the minerality, the secondary, the tertiary.
Which I love, but I just wanted to know what primary notes, especially being a 2018, that I was bringing to the table.
Right. It's almost like a wine that has already passed its prime, is how they're describing it. Right. All right. And the winner of A Night Out with Nick,
Yep.
$90,
Okay.
92 points,
Burgess.
Beringer,
Oh,
2017 Bancroft Ranch Merlot
I'll take it.
in Howell Mountain.
I'll take it.
Is that where Beringer is, or is that just where the fruit came from?
That's where the fruit came from.
Okay, because aren't they in Glen Ellen or something, right?
Beringer?
Yeah, where's Beringer?
Beringer's in St. Helena.
Oh, okay. Okay. What am I thinking of?
Beautiful property.
Are they the ones that do the eco tours?
If they do, I've never been on one. Actually, I really like a lot of their more reserve wines that the DTC, obviously, they don't do really the Main Street. That's a whole different side, and that's that white Zinfandel that my mother loves.
We're going to go on. We're not going to discuss that.
No,
but
we are not. So I'm happy with my choice.
Okay, good. Good. Little more money, little less points, but
not everything is about points.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is when you're in my job, but you know.
Yes, points, medals,
right,
things like that.
They matter.
Well, I wonder if we could do it that way too. That might be a fun.
Yeah,
that might be a fun dating
Chronicle.
Game. Use the San Francisco Chronicle and go through different categories, and
it'd be fun.
You have to pick. I'll do a double gold, a gold, a silver,
gold, and a bronze.
And yeah. Oh, that'll be the next round of the wine dating game.
Perfect.
With a twist. Okay. From your neck of the woods to my neck of the woods. So we are going to the Central Coast. Well, not specifically Paso Robles, just the whole kind of Central Coast.
Oh, Central Coast. Okay.
Number 1, black cherry and light clove aromas meet with a delicately layered wood spice array on the nose of this bottling, which is immediately appealing and accessible. There's a tightness to the tannins on the palate, and yet it remains a generous wine, offering bright red fruits, sandalwood, and spiced toast amidst fresh and fun acidity.
I don't know. It just seems to me like they use stave or oak chips, but I could be completely wrong. So
I can see why you say that, though. I can see from that description why that.
Like I'm sure I'm wrong, but that's just kind of what it came off to me as. So we'll move on to number 2, and I'll just keep my my options open.
Date option number 2. Intense aromas of baked black cherry, red berries, star anise, and mace are deliciously fruit-forward on the nose of this bottling. The wine lands with a ripe quality on the palate, offering that rich and dark cherry and mulberry character, but also presenting white pepper and minty tarragon.
Okay, we just go to number 3. It just doesn't sound appealing. First, it sounds like it's too, like, it almost sounds flabby, like, with all like the baked and yada yada yada, like baked fruit. Right. Nobody wants baked fruit, unless it's in a pie. Yeah, it just no, I just doesn't sound appealing to me.
What's mace?
Mace? It's what you spray on a date rapist.
No, that's what I thought.
So
I thought I was wrong because it's pepper spray. So pepper?
I mean, how do they spell it?
MACE.
Yeah, that's mace.
That's what. Did you see my face when I was reading? I thought I was wrong at thinking what mace was.
Maybe it's a misspell.
Maze?
Mice?
Like, let's see. Let's see. What is mace? Because this makes for good podcasting. Mace is a delicate, aromatic, and versatile spice that grows with tropical nutmeg. So it's kind of in the nutmeg family.
He was reaching for that.
All right, nutmeg. All right, that makes sense.
So a baking spice. Got it.
Yeah. That's the level. That's the level of my tasting notes.
I'm just like again, you're really reaching with mace.
That the people who say a very I get this apple or that, I'm like, it's apple, it's green apple, it's red apple. I can't tell you it's the indigenous apple. You're right.
Fuji apple, but Fuji apples taste very different. Crab apples are very different.
Right. I don't know. It's green apple or red apple to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
Or bruised.
Yeah, or freshly cut apple in grandma's kitchen.
I like that. I like that one. Okay. Option number 3.
Yeah.
Dark strawberry and toasted wood aromas make for a familiar down the middle expression on the nose of this bottling. There's a touch of tannic tension on the palate where leather, wood, and dark fruit flavors combine.
God, why do you guys make such terrible wine in the Central Coast? God, I'm going to be blackballed from our industry.
He's never allowed in the Central Coast ever again.
No, I know. Can you read number one more time? I was keeping my mind and options open. Yeah.
Black cherry and light clove aromas meet with a delicately layered wood spice array on the nose of this bottling, which is immediately appealing and accessible. There's a tightness to the tannins on the palate, and yet it remains a generous wine, offering bright red fruits, sandalwood, and spiced toast amidst fresh and fun acidity.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm going to choose number 2. I'm going to do the mace wine as my date.
Okay.
I'm going to choose 3 as my runner-up and 1 as my least.
Okay. So
but I also don't like middle of the road, because number 3, you said it's like middle of the road or straight,
down the middle expression.
Down the middle. It just sounds like boring. Like there's nothing. It's just down the middle.
It's just there. Right.
Just there.
So I'm going to say you chose middle of the road. So your least favorite had 95 points.
Wow.
But it's $80.
Okay.
Dracaena Family Vineyards 2018 Merlot from Happy Canyon, Santa Barbara.
I don't like all the woody notes that he put down, because again, it sounded like wood chip or stave, and I'm sure that that's not what they're using.
I'm sure it's not, but I get why you're saying that. Yeah. Okay. Your runner-up, you chose wisely. 88 points.
Okay.
$13. So, that's
for a $13 wine. 88 points is a solid number.
Yeah. Right. That's a solid midweek.
Exactly. It's an everyday drinking wine.
Yep. I need a bottle of wine. And at $13, you buy a few bottles of it. So maybe it's your house Merlot. I don't know.
Exactly.
Estancia.
Oh, okay.
2018. Typical shopping.
Down the yeah.
Exactly. Right. You're gonna get what you're gonna get every vintage, right?
Exactly.
And your date from Paso Robles, California, coming in at 93 points for a mere $18.
Oh.
Broadside 2018 Margarita Vineyard Merlot.
Single vineyard Merlot for $18. That's 93 points. I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah. And Broadside's decent. You're, large array of wines. second label, good, solid wine.
Okay,
Okay.
so down the middle.
Yep. All right. We have
Do
two
they have a
rounds left.
tasting room?
I don't think under that label, and I don't
But
want to
under their
say what the other label is because I'm not 100% sure
okay.
I'm right that that person is this label, but I'm off camera.
Off.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
want to
take it
say that.
offline.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to say who I think it's the second label, but I'm kind of sure
Sure.
that's who it is.
Got it.
But solid wine, you see it in a lot of places. It's, he's got this, he's got his wine, and then this is his distribution wine.
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, again, Chateau Le Breton is second growth, so
Right.
we're just gonna go off that.
Yeah. So second growth for $289. I still think it's a deal.
Yeah.
All right, we are moving out of the country again, and we are
I'm gonna
going
grab my passport.
to Chile.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
Oh, Chile.
Oh, Chile.
Have you ever been?
No.
Santiago is really fun. It's like they call it the United States of South America
Oh,
because
really?
it really is.
No.
They have subways and it's very just modern. Very fun though. I like Chile.
Well, I think you should take me there because you know where you're going.
Yeah, will you come with me to Argentina too?
Are you going to Argentina?
No, I want to, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I need to go see all my boyfriends. I have like 3 of them there.
I am with you. You tell me when I'm there.
See, now I can't post this because then they'll see it on my Instagram and
Right.
know that
There's 3 of them.
there's 3 of them. 2 in Mendoza, 1 in Buenos Aires.
Do you want me to do the beep at that point?
Right, exactly.
All right, so here we go. Chile. I'm sorry. I already know what it says, so I'm sorry. Not a good start. Rubbery aromas of latex blend with generic plum and herbal berry notes. This mass market Merlot is solid in feel, but highly herbal tasting, bordering on weedy. Spicy berry and green herb flavors control the finish.
Wow, I definitely
you
want
think he
to.
likes that
I
one?
definitely want to take that one on a date. I mean, that's the kind of bottle that will do all the things that the other bottles won't.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep my options open and go with number 2.
All right. Number 2. This hefty Merlot smells of iodine and berry fruits. While the palate is blacky and tannic in feel, that's an appropriate canvas for oaky, spicy, herbal, black fruit flavors. On the finish, overt oak and char confirm that this is a dark and burly as a whole. That sounds like a Halloween
Come
wine.
on, Chile. They make some good wines there, but apparently you didn't choose them.
Not
Go
in
ahead.
Merlot. Not in
Not in
Merlot.
Merlot.
Okay. Option number 3, dark in color and jammy on the nose. This seemingly ripe Merlot smells of plum, blackberry, and raisin. In the mouth, it's blocky and tannic with non-integrated high acidity. Salty, briny, blackberry flavors, finish peppery and with drying hard tannins.
I have to choose one of those?
You have to choose one of them.
Jesus. Okay, so do I want flabby with disjointed acidity? Do I want rubber or do I want char?
Overt oak and char.
I'm like an overly oaked wine.
A briny, which by the way, salty does mean briny. It's the same thing. But this is salty briny.
It says salty briny?
Salty, briny, blackberry flavors.
I love pickled blackberries. Okay.
So yes, you get rubbery. You get to choose between rubbery aromas
Yep.
and green herb flavors.
Yep.
You get to choose or oaky, spicy herbal with overt oak.
Okay, it's gonna go through. I'm gonna have to choose. Put the lipstick on this pig and go with number 3, and
The
then
salty
2,
briny?
and then 1. The one that's blocky in the mouth.
Yes.
Number
So
3. Yeah.
blocky in the mouth is also salty and briny.
Okay, it at least had some fruit there. So give me the pickled fruit. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So not going home and a brown bag over the face for $5. You could have taken home an 83-point San Pedro 2020 Gato Negro Merlot.
Ooh, the black cat.
Wow. $5. I don't even know how you do $5
I mean,
and get it
yeah,
here.
no, it's rough. That's rough.
83 points. Number 2, highest points of the date.
Oh shit.
87.
Ooh, real.
$14. La Postel 2014 Casa Grande Selection Merlot from the Rappel Valley.
Got it.
And your date, $17. You chose the most expensive one.
Is it like Concha y Toro?
It is not.
Oh.
85 points.
Solid showing.
Rios de Chile. Get this. It is a Reserva.
Obviously, I should.
2015 Merlot from, and I'll say it wrong, the Chachapal, how do you say it?
Yeah, I know.
Chachapal Valley, right?
Yeah.
Am I close?
Yep, you are. It's not as easy as just seeing like Bio or Casablanca, but I mean, whatever.
Yes. So salty, briny, blackberry flavors give you 85 points. $17.
$17 for salty fruit and disjointed acidity.
I'm thinking there's better options for $17.
There's for sure better options.
Yes.
There's for sure better options. Wow. Wow.
I really wanted you to pick the $5 one.
There's no way I was choosing rubber and latex and
generic
tar or whatever. Like
I like the generic plum. Just it's crap plum.
It's just kind of there.
Yeah. I gotta pick a fruit. So I'm gonna just pick plum.
Plum. Sounds about right.
All right.
Oh.
Are you ready for the last round?
Yes, ma'am. Bring it.
Okay. I went with Mixed International.
Ooh.
Okay.
A grab bag of sorts.
A grab bag. We have from Garda, Western Cape, and Toscana.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Date option number 1. Polished and classy. This well-made Merlot opens with classic aromas of plum, cassis, baking spices, insert mace, tobacco, and purple flowers. Silky in texture and generous in fruit on the palate. The wine finished with well-integrated oak spices, mixed red and purple fruits, and supple tannins.
That sounds lovely.
It sounds beautiful, but his grammar is really incorrect. Sorry, Jeff. Okay. Date number 2. The nose has subtle aromas of red fruit. Low acid and drying tannins support ripe raspberry and blackberry. It's lean, finishes with light notes of fruit. Wow, there's a resounding. Makes you just mouth water. Ah.
Yeah, no. That sounds like the Cape. It sounds like South Africa.
And option number 3, aromas of iris, raspberry, camphor, and Mediterranean scrub mingle with oak-driven spice on this 100% Merlot. Enveloping and concentrated, it also possesses remarkable, almost weightless finesse, delivering blackcurrant, morello cherry, fruitcake, and star anise, alongside smooth, velvety tannins. Fresh acidity lifts the finish.
Is that the one from Garda? No.
Toscana.
Then I'm gonna choose Garda as my number 1. Toscana is my number 2, and South Africa is my number 3.
All right. So Western Cape, 87 points, $12. Indiba, 2022 Merlot.
2022
Merlot. 2022.
When did that go in bottle? Well, actually, technically, they would be south of, so they would have picked in February or March of 2022.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So
they
it's
would
our
have
2021. It's our 2021.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Okay.
I had
and
to
then
think about that geography.
yeah. And then Toscana was number 2?
Yes.
Or Toscana's your date?
No, Garda is my date.
Okay. Toscana, I would like this wine. 96 points.
Okay.
$800.
Again, if I got paid more for this damn podcast, I didn't buy it.
Massetto, 2019 Merlot. Do you know that?
Sounded good. It just, nice.
Yeah, they had me on everything other than the fruitcake.
Yeah.
But Morello cherry,
I mean,
star
don't you
anise.
eat that from Jersey? Don't you people eat fruitcake?
Don't you people?
Jerseyite or whatever here.
I do not eat fruitcake. I actually do not know.
Like panettone and stuff like that. Panettone.
What the hell is that?
It's like that panettone. It's like
panettone.
the little.
Yeah. That's the Italian thing. Yeah.
Again, I just figured y'all eat fruitcake and panettone.
No. I do know panettone. I don't know if I've ever actually had it, but I have seen it at family gatherings when I was younger.
They are good. Like the chocolate chip one is really good.
Yeah. On mom's side, we had that. Not on the Irish German side. We don't do that shit.
No.
And no, I've never had a piece of fruitcake that looking at it just makes me nauseous.
I believe it's nauseated.
I think it's
not nauseous.
Is it really? No.
Yeah.
Well, when do you use nauseous?
Something nauseous makes you nauseated.
So I'm nauseated?
Mm-hmm. It's one of my things that I always pick on people about.
Okay.
For no reason, because nobody else knows the difference in the world. Only I do, apparently. But
so it makes me nauseated. Okay.
It's nauseous. Fruitcake is nauseous.
So fruitcake is nauseous, so it makes me nauseated.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm thinking of Animal House when they're in the supermarket and he says something to Mrs. Werner and she corrects him with the...
Have you ever seen Never Been Kissed?
Yes.
She mentions she said nauseated. Yeah, so she corrects somebody when they said nauseous and she goes nauseated. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm Josie Grossi.
Okay.
You can cut that out of the podcast.
No, that's okay. It's pretty funny. Everybody's got to learn something. It's not all about wine in the world. We need to be grammatically correct also.
Your people are gonna hate me.
No, they're not. All right. And your final date of the evening.
Dun, dun, dun.
From Garda. 88 points. $35. Sansonina 2019 Merlot.
Read the description again. I think people are going to disagree with this 88 points.
Polished and classy. I agree. 88 kind of sounds rough. Polished and classy. This well-made Merlot opens with classic aromas of plum, cassis, baking spices, tobacco, and purple flowers. Sounds lovely.
Sounds incredible.
Silky in texture, what you want from a Merlot.
Silky.
Right? And generous in fruit on the palate. The wine finishes with well-integrated oak spices, mixed red and purple fruits, and supple tannins. It sounds like a perfectly delicious wine.
That sounded like at least a 92 to 94 point wine.
I agree. I don't know why it got 88. I don't know.
I'm going to write a strongly worded email to that reviewer.
So that is Jeff Porter. I don't know who Jeff Porter is.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. I think you made a wrong number there because your
Right,
review
exactly.
makes it
I think
sound
you meant
wonderful.
99, or 98, not 88.
So we are, well, I am going to go look up that 100-point wine for $99, which is
Oh, for sure.
Chateau.
Can you email me the name?
Yes,
Or
Chateau
text it to me?
Traplong Mondot. Mondot, probably. Mondot. Mondot.
Mondo.
Mondot. From Saint Emilion. Yeah, we'll be looking up that one.
Yeah, that's one that you want in your cellar.
Yeah, just because you can, or I
'Cause
don't
we
know.
can.
We see if I can.
You just need to sell a couple more bottles of wine, and then you can
Just
buy
a few. Just a few. Anyway, well, thank you, Nick, for making your rounds on the dating game.
Thank you for
you
having
actually
me.
chose wisely today.
I think so. I'm not unhappy with any of my choices.
Yeah, I think you made some solid choices today.
I appreciate that vote of confidence.
And as I said, we will do the next round, medal contention.
Love it.
I think that would be fun. My question is, though, I don't know if I can, like these, we read descriptors. If we do medals, it's not really descriptors.
We'll have to find a way.
Yeah, they're like
maybe you'll be forced to buy all of the bottles, and then
you just drink them,
and do your own notes for me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Apparently, it's just going to say apple. Everybody might say bruised, and I doubt there will be mace in any of those wines.
There will not be mace in any of those. No. We will just stick to baking spice.
Perfect.
But sometimes I do clove. I can tell clove.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can get nutmeg. You can just get cinnamon. You can just get clove. I mean, you can get like an array.
Yes.
But I've never heard of mace.
No. But we learned something.
I know, and that's the point of these podcasts.
And so I wonder, but spray mace isn't made from a nutmeg thing. That's like a pepper. Isn't that like?
Yeah, it's like a burn you kind of spray.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, people will learn something from this podcast. They can learn it by following your Instagram. They can listen to Winefabet Street.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there are opportunities to learn about the world of wine and you know what? Explore the wine glass with Lori.
There you go. Right. And although we may have made fun of some wines today, we never make fun of people drinking what you like.
Drink what you love.
Yep.
Drink what you love.
If you love
too
that
short to drink that wine.
Yes. If you love that $5 bottle of wine, more power to you. Because as Nick said, it's going to do exactly the same thing that $100 bottle of wine is going to do. And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Drink what you love.
Yes. So I did save a little itty bitty left so I can raise my glass to you. And I will say slancha. And I miss you.
Givali. Cheers. I miss you to the moon and back.
Yes. And happy wine dating.
Wine dating to all of you lovely people.
Bye.
Bye.
Very, very special.
This has been another episode of Exploring the Wine Glass. Thanks for listening. If you have suggestions on what topics you would like me to discuss, please reach out on social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as Exploring the Wine Glass. I am also on LinkedIn as Lori Hoyt Budd. Of course, you can always email me at exploringthewineglass@gmail.com and sign up for my newsletter at exploringthewineglass.com. If you enjoyed what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe to help others find me more easily. And most importantly, tell your wine-loving friends, because if you like the podcast, they will too. Podcast music is Wine by Kevins. Until next week, slancha.
No, never let you walk. I want a nice glass right now.